Hello, today I'll show you how to make a chasing game in Scratch. As you can see, if I press one of the arrow keys, the game will start, and I'll start getting chased by another car. And if I get caught, then game will be over, and it'll show your best time. And if you restart, you can play the game again and again. So let's get started. First, delete the cat and paint a sprite. Name it car. Then, use the box tool and make it a good size. Something like this. Then duplicate this, make it smaller and less wide like this. Then duplicate it, but make this side bigger while this side smaller. Make it go backwards and make the fill a more window-like color. And place this in the middle. Like this. Then select the top and this and make it any color you would like. And name it car. Then duplicate car. Delete these parts. Make sure there is no outline. Make the fill black. Then drag out a wheel-like shape around where the wheel would be. Like this. And duplicate this. And delete this for the tires or the wheel. And name it tire. Now, when green flag is clicked, create a few new variables called X for the sprite only, Y for the sprite only, and turn for the sprite only. Now set turn, set X, and set Y to 0. Now in here, go to 0, 0, point in direction 90, and now we will get the basic movements of the car. Now, in here, change turn by, then key right arrow subtracted by key left arrow, because if I pressed left arrow it will be -1, but right arrow it will be 1, and nothing would be 0. Then turn clockwise by turn, and set turn to turn times 0.9. Now, changing X by, then we add in sign of direction, and we create a new variable called car speed for all sprites, and set car speed to 1, and multiply this by car speed, and also change Y by cosine of direction times car speed, and set X to X times 0.9, and set Y to Y times 0.9. Now, If we test this, add in a change x and change y by x and y. And if you start, as you can see, it already creates a nice drifty car. And to add the tire track thing, if, then absolute of, because any negative number will become positive, absolute of turn is greater than 6, then switch costume to tire, create a clone of myself, and switch costume back to a car. And if you test it, and if you turn a lot, as you can see, then it'll create a nice tire track like that. And now for the tire track, when I start as a clone, wait 1 second and delete this clone for now. And set ghost to 50. Have a lighter like that. Now, let's make this into a scrolling car instead of only in that one screen. Now, delete the change x and change y, and make two new variables called scroll y or scroll x for all sprites, and scroll y for all sprites, and add in world x for all sprites and world y for all sprites. Now set scroll x and scroll y to 0, and same with world x and world y. And now in here, change world x by x and change world y by y, like this. And in here, up here, change scroll x by a divide and subtract, and then scroll x in the middle, and world x here, and 3 here. And the larger the value, the slower the camera will go to world x. And change y by world y, subtract scroll y divided by 3. And then the go to scroll y or scroll x subtract by world x, and same for y, scroll y subtract by world y. And now if you test it, as you can see, it's a scrolling but not the tire tracks. So to make the tire track scroll, in here, instead of wait 1 second, instead first set x and set y to world x and world y, then create a new variable called tire track time for this sprite only, and set tire track time to 0, and then repeat until either touching edge or tire track time is greater than 200. and then change x by scroll x subtract by x, and scroll y subtract by y, and then change track time by 1. And now if you test it, as you can see, the tracks scroll with the camera instead of just staying in one position. And if it touches the edge, as you can see, it will disappear. And you can do donuts. Now, with this, adding the enemy, duplicate car, make sure you're in the duplicated car, delete all blocks, rename it to other car or enemy car, delete the tire in enemy car, make this a very dark blue, well, the fill very dark blue, and make this white. Then use the box tool, make the fill red, add in the red here, and duplicate it, place it around here, and make this side blue to have that nice police car look. Now, in here, when green flag is clicked, hide, then forever, create a new block called spawn car, and run without screen refresh. And then wait 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds a car will spawn. Now in spawn car, create a new variable called xpause for this sprite only, and ypause for this sprite only. And in enemy car, delete y and delete x, but keep turn and delete track time. Now in spawn car, set x position or x pause to pick random -500 to 500, and also set y pause to the same thing. And now if basically inside here, so spawning not into the car, so, and if it does spawn in the car, so if x position is greater than -240, or x position is less than 240, and same with y, if y is greater than -180 or less than 180, and add this into that or. Then, if so, repeat until for x, repeat until X position is greater than X position is greater than 240 or less than negative 240. Now, duplicate this, make it Y position, and make sure this time it's 180, negative 180, and Y position. Now, create a new variable called enemy speed for the sprite only. Set enemy speed to car speed plus, and then pick random 0.1 pick random 0.1 to 0.5. So to make it rarer for really fast cars. And finally, create a clone of myself. Now, when I start as a clone, show. Then, create another new variable called cardir for the sprite only, and set cardir to 0. Now forever, then go to, and then scroll X plus X position or X pause, and scroll Y plus Y position like this. And now, if you test it and try to find a car, as you can see, you have a car. And to make them off screen, go into costumes, use the box tool, make an outline nothing, and make the fill nothing. Create a box like this. And now if you test it, as you can see, the cars or the enemies are now off screen, so you can't see them. As you can see, they go off screen. Now, with this, we now try to make the car turn to the direction of the enemy car turns towards the car. So point towards car, then add in a if else, a greater than, and now if else direction is greater than, then we convert the car direction value into a scratch direction by doing cardir plus 180, then mod 360, and then subtract 180 like this. Now set, or actually change turn by 1, else change turn by -1, and set turn to turn times 0.9, and change cardir by turn, and point in direction cardir. Then in car, duplicate the change X by sign and the change Y by, and drag it into here. And now with this, replace these parts with enemy speed. And instead, actually keep the X and Y. And with this, set X and set Y to X times 0.95 and set Y to Y times 0.95. And lastly, change X pause and change Y pause by X and Y. And now if you test it, as you can see, the cars will start to chase you. And they are a lot faster than usual. And make the turn 0.93 instead. Now, if you test it, as you can see, the cars will try and follow you. Like this. And now for the cars to and actually make the X 0.9 and the Y 0.9. So then the cars are less fast. And as you can see, now the cars can control and chase. And now for the player to game over in car, if touching enemy car, broadcast new message, game over. And now when I receive game over, then stop other scripts and sprites like this, drag this into enemy car for the same thing to happen, so basically freezing the game like that. Then paint a new sprite called start/end screen, and now we shall add the start screen. First, use the box tool, make sure there is outline, and make the fill white. And now drag out a box, make it a good size, like this, duplicate it, place it on the other side, go in the middle, then create an arrow like this, or actually not like this, but like this. Then group the arrow, place it around in the middle, flip horizontally for the other key, and now you have simple arrow keys. Next, use the text tool and place or type in press left or right arrow keys to start. Make the text a good size, like this. Place the text up here and the arrow keys down here. Like this. Now, name this start. And now, we create the end. First, paint a new costume called text, or actually game over text. Use the text tool, make it pixel, and make the fill white. Then type in game over and make it a good size with a good outline size as well. As you can see, game over. Now, paint another new sprite, costume called the screen. Then use the box tool. Make sure there is no outline. Make the fill a horizontal gradient. Make this side nothing. And drag it out to create this nice faded gradient. Then duplicate it, flip it vertically, place it in the middle, and move it upwards. Same with this one, but downwards. Select both of them and go into the middle. And now you have this. Make one last one called button. Use the box tool. Make the fill the horizontal gradient. This side more lighter gray, and this side a darker gray. Like this. Make it a good size. Like this. Then use the outline, adding in an outline. Make it a gradient, but this time this side is the darker gray, and this side is the lighter gray. To create this nice button-y effect. Then add in a text with that's white that says restart, and place it around the middle. Now you have the button. And now, in code, when green flag is clicked, go to 0, then switch costume to start, show, set size to 100, then wait until key right arrow pressed or key left arrow pressed, and if so, broadcast new message start. Then repeat 10 times. Change size by divide, subtract, and then 80 subtract by size, divide by 5, and change ghost by 10, and hide. And now in car, when I start as a clone, or when green flag is clicked, we take away these except for car speed, and then in here We add in a go to 0, 0 and a point in direction 90 and switch costume to car. And now in here, when I receive start, and to also delete the tire tracks when we restart, add in a repeat one, delete this clone. And now, back in here, now if you start, as you can see, the game will not start, and an enemy is car. Same in here. Take this, and when I receive start, and also make sure to clear all the clones like this. And now if you start, as you can see, nothing will happen until you press the arrow keys. And if I get caught, then the game will pause. And now for the ending screen, when I receive game over, switch costume to screen, set size to 100, clear all graphic effects, then show and set ghost to 100 and repeat 10 times, change ghost by -10, or actually -5. Then create a new variable called best escape time for all sprites, set best escape time, or actually show variable best escape time, and move the variable around the middle. And now make another variable called seconds escaped, also for all sprites. Move this down here. And now if seconds escaped is greater than best time escaped, set second best time escaped to seconds escaped. And now for the buttons and text, set button to, or switch costume to button, go to 0, -100, and create a clone of myself. Now duplicate this, then add in game over screen, make sure that the text is above the middle point, go to 0, 0, switch costume to game over text, and create a clone of myself. And then lastly, switch costume back to screen. Now, when I start as a clone, set ghost to 100, go to front, set size to 0, and now repeat 10 times. Change ghost by 10 and change size by 100, subtract by size, divide by 3 to create that nice effect. So if you get caught, and we need to hide that, oh yeah, and add in a show. And when green flag is clicked up here, hide best time escaped, so then it's not in the way. And if you get caught, and make sure that this is changed ghost by -10, and we don't need a show. And now if you get caught, then as you can see, it'll create a nice effect. And if you want, you can place the best time escaped below the game over. And now, forever. And then if costume name equals find the button, then copy it, and then pastel it into here. If equal button, make sure it's the same as the costume name, then if else touching mouse pointer, then else change size by 100 subtracted by size, divide by 5, and if touching mouse pointer, 120 subtract by size, divide by 3. And if mouse down in here, then broadcast start. And also in here, when I receive start, hide variable best time escaped, stop other scripts and sprites, then duplicate this part, then hide, and lastly delete this clone. Now, with this, the last part is the seconds escaped counting system. So in car and in here, set seconds escaped to 0, and same with when green flag is clicked. Then broadcast a new message called count seconds. And when I start, or when I receive count seconds, we use the timer block, reset timer, then forever set seconds escaped to timer. And now, if we test it, press the arrow keys. As you can see, seconds escaped will start. And every 5 seconds, a car will spawn, or an enemy car. And if you get caught, game over, and you can restart. And in here, make sure that tire tracks go to back. And now, if you start the game, cars will chase you, and now you have a nice car chasing game in Scratch. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day.